All right, all right. We're here with the lovely Chartel. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
We might as well get right into it
Okay.
because I'm sure that the listening and viewing audience wants to know all about the lovely Chartel.
Okay, I'll try and tell them as much as I can.
All right now. When did you know that you were musical? At what age?
I believe it was around age 10. I got a dreaded phone call from one of my teachers, and I just thought, what did I do? You know, if you're calling home after hours, what did I possibly do? But she was inviting me to join the honors chorus in Prince George's County, Maryland. So it was a pretty diverse but audition-only group. And every year, at the end of the school year, we would sing at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. So just by being a part of music and thinking, I love this. I don't want to take gym anymore. I want to be in the choir. It was always a part of me.
Awesome. Where were you born?
I was born in Texas.
Really?
I was born in Texas, San Angelo, Texas, to be exact, a little tiny town in West Texas. And my dad was in the military.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm. He had all of my brother and my sister. We all were raised there partially, and then we moved to Maryland. So I claim everywhere I've lived as home.
I know that's right. Well, you know, it's really funny because even though you seemed comfortable in Philadelphia, there was just something about you that didn't ring Philly.
It's my countryness.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because I'm all the way from the bottom of the country.
Oh, okay.
All the way southern.
Got you.
You know,
Yep,
Texas.
I got you. How long have you been a professional? And I mean, getting paid for it.
Getting paid for it. Oh, I'd be telling my age. I like to go with 15 years old.
Okay.
How long have I been getting paid? I'd say at least the last 10 years.
Okay.
At least the last 10.
10 years.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit about how we met.
Yes.
I first saw you, I believe the first time was at Warm Daddy's.
Probably. Yes.
And you were performing with...
Vertical Current.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. One of my all-time favorite jazz bands.
I love them.
No doubt about it. When I first heard you sing, there were so many elements to your voice. It was crystal clear and sweet, but it had elements of power to it, but it wasn't overwhelming. It drew me in. You know what I mean? And as I told you earlier, I heard some Dion, you know, some Nina Simone, and even some Barbara Streisand in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when I first heard you, of course, I had no idea that there would be an unsigned soul, but as soon as there was one, I had to call you to come on board.
Yeah, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. You are worthy and deserving, without a doubt.
Thank you.
Talk to me a little bit about your creative process. I ask all of the artists when they come on, do you write your songs in your head completely? Do the lyrics come first? Or is it a melody that comes to you first?
Most often, so first of all, my creative process is whenever I feel creative. I know there are people who live in the studio. I don't like it, unless I'm like hanging with Anthony, who you'll hear a little later in the show. Otherwise, I like to be in my own home. Maybe I'm in my bed. Maybe I'm just kind of hanging around fiddling at the piano. And it's usually based on a life experience. So it's typically the words come first, usually just a little bit. I'll start humming, and then I'll write from there. But I know there are people who day in and day out, they're living in the studio, and that is not me. I'm very much moved by events in my life.
Okay, circumstance breeds your creativity.
Yes.
I love that. Now, I know you're going to do some songs for us. One of my favorites, and I love all of your stuff, first of all. But one of my favorites is Hold Me. Now, are you the writer of that song?
Yes. Yes.
Tell me something about that. What was the inspiration behind that?
I was driving home to Maryland, and I started seeing the trees. Actually, I was passing through Delaware, headed home to Maryland, and all I could see were trees, and then trees whispering. And that is literally the inspiration for those lyrics.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's give it up for Chartel. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. You're a school teacher.
I am.
What grades?
I am a music teacher at a K through 8 charter school.
Really?
Yes. And I love it. I never thought this is where I would be, but I absolutely love it.
Name of the school, if you don't mind.
Philadelphia Charter School for the Arts and Sciences in Philadelphia.
All right. So now, how does it feel? Well, I already know how it feels. You just expressed that. But how rewarding is it for you to be instrumental in molding the minds and forwarding the creativity, or shaping the creativity, if you will, of these young musicians and artists?
It's crazy because I went to a performing arts high school. So the teachers I had when I went in were the teachers that I left with for all 4 years. And of course, the same happens in college. You get a voice teacher and you stick with them for that entire process. And here I am teaching children from K to 8. But what happens in our middle school is that they come to me every morning for an hour and a half of voice, of choir. Wow. So the relationship that I get to form with them is way different than almost any other teacher they'll have. So them performing is more than just, oh, my kids have a show. It's like, wow, these are my kids.
Right.
And I really have like genuine bonds with them and their families that I'm so proud of and I'm so grateful for. So to be instrumental is almost overwhelming. It's almost overwhelming, but I really don't take it lightly. I really, truly don't.
Shout out to the teacher, y'all.
Thank you.
That's awesome. You have music out on digital platforms. You've been in the recording studio. You've had that experience. What is your biggest challenge as an independent artist?
My biggest challenge as an independent artist, I can just be transparent. Me, yes, money and finances are a factor, but I have been blessed to have people who are willing to work with me. But there are just times where I'm not inspired. And I know that you have a lot of artists who will, again, they live in the studio, or everyone wants to be a star and everyone wants to live out of their suitcase. I don't. I sing because I love it. Right. And I have had that option. And music is my life. I make my entire living in bands, performing at Warm Daddies and places of that nature, teaching music. It is my absolute entire life. So I haven't had any challenges participating in music. But in terms of being a solo artist and pursuing that path, I don't even know if I would call it an obstacle. But what has not allowed me to go forward is me. So that's as honest as I can be. It's the truth.
I dig it. Okay. Yeah. So with that being said, how far at this particular time, because things change, people change their minds, circumstances, people, places, and things, changes your perspective on a daily basis. Yeah. Sometimes hourly for me, but
right.
But how far do you really want to go?
So when I was 13, I had to decide on a high school. And it was either you go to the science and tech school, which was a magnet program. I could go to the performing arts program, which was also a magnet. It would take me almost an hour to get there each day. Right. Or I could go to my local high school. When I told my parents I wanted to go and pursue music, my dad in particular said, "We don't have any musicians in our family. It doesn't sound like that will make you any money. Are you sure this is what you want to do?" And I said, yes. About 5 minutes later, he called myself and my mom back into the living room where we had our conversation, and he said, "If this is what you want to do, we will support you." And I said, if I have to wait tables by day and sing by night, as long as I can sing, this is what I want to do. They have been behind me the entire step of the way, or every step of the way. Is that the saying? Every step of the way, they've been there. So I'm doing what I said I wanted to do when I first had to make a choice. And everything that I'm doing right now is related to music. I have other ventures and things going on, but music is my life. So no, I may not be on MTV tonight. Is MTV still a thing?
I don't even know.
I'm dating myself.
Yeah, right?
Oh, my soul. Do I want to be on BET? Because that's still out,
Right.
No. But have I worked with artists of that caliber? Absolutely. Have I been on BET Honors? Absolutely. So I very much am comfortable where I am. And like you said, things change hourly, and I don't have that kind of pressure and those kind of stipulations on myself and my career at all.
So being comfortable and being able to do what you love,
Yes.
that's basically your ultimate goal.
Yes.
And by the way, shout out to Chartel's mom and dad.
Shout out.
It's very, very difficult
Mark
for...
and Tracy.
That's right. That's right. Very, very difficult for an independent artist to do their thing if they don't have that support.
Absolutely.
And those people behind us.
Yes.
This has been very enlightening.
Thank you.
You're very engaging, very honest, and transparent. I love that about you.
Thank you.
So when we come back, you're going to do some music for us.
Absolutely.
All right now. Put your hands together, y'all.
Thank you.
For Chartel, the lovely, the talented, the beautiful.
Thank you.
Stay right there. Don't you go nowhere. Unsigned Soul will be right back. As always, we'd like to thank our sponsors. Suzanne Burgess of Suzanne Burgess Design, under the House of Burgess. La Vie Creates. They make your events magical. Just Love Images, your one-stop shop for all of your video and photography needs. Delaney's Soul Food Restaurant. It's good food, not fast food, and it's food made with love. And last but not least, Jam 24/7 Studios. The magic happens right here.
Hi, I'm Tom Watson, owner of Jam 24/7 Sound. We're a full-service audio-video facility. We offer support for working and aspiring musicians. We have a performance stage, rehearsal space. We offer audio-video recording facilities and services. We're conveniently located between Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington vicinity, off of I-95. We're open 24/7 by appointment. I can be reached via text or telephone at 302-367-4647, and I look forward to working with you.